You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
So it's Thursday, July 2nd. Let's look at what this means for job seekers and graduates in Korea. Imagine a factory that costs 571 billion US dollars to build, but it almost entirely runs itself.
Yeah, that is a wild amount of money.
Right. And today we're doing a deep dive into a stack of corporate hiring reports and government policy papers. We're mainly anchored by the Seoul Economic Daily's AI PRISM Careers Edition.
Which is a fascinating read, honestly.
It really is. So our mission here is figuring out what skills actually get you hired when the robots, take over Korea's tech sector.
And it is a massive structural shift we're talking about here. I mean, we are looking at Korea's tech and finance sectors moving away from those abstract boardroom announcements straight into actual operational deployment.
Which changes the timeline for job seekers, right?
Exactly. It totally compresses the gap between a strategic signal of investment and active on-the-ground hiring for global talent targeting these sectors.
So let's follow that money. The core of this hiring signal is a staggering 800 trillion won investment, which is that $571 billion we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, and that's coming directly from Samsung and SK Hynix.
Right. They are building 4 new semiconductor fabs, or fabrication plants, near Gwangju. And this creates a 5-year structural demand for process engineers and equipment specialists.
It does, yeah. But you have to realize the nature of those roles is completely changing. Modern chip making is just highly automated now.
Right, so it's like modern aviation. We don't really need as many mechanics turning wrenches on the engines anymore. We need air traffic controllers who can monitor the automated systems.
That is a perfect analogy, yeah. Human roles are shifting away from manual manufacturing and toward these complex hybrid computing intersections.
But I do have to push back a little. I mean, since chip making is highly automated, won't these just be jobs for machines eventually? If we're building this clean room ballet of robotics, aren't we just building houses for robots?
Well, you'd think so, but the human actually fits into the simulation and oversight side. Take Samsung SDS, for example.
Okay, what are they doing?
So in the second half of 2026, they're launching a quantum computing proof of concept, specifically for chip manufacturing.
Oh, wow. So they're bringing quantum into the fabs.
Basically, yes. Instead of physically testing silicon through trial and error, quantum algorithms allow engineers to test millions of chemical variables simultaneously in a digital space before ever printing a physical chip.
That makes a lot of sense. So you're talking about automating the actual brain work of designing chips.
Exactly. The new premium jobs are all about running those complex simulations.
And if algorithms are smart enough to simulate silicon on a quantum level, it's no surprise that the same level of automation is bleeding into everyday white-collar work like banking.
Oh, absolutely. We see that transformation happening incredibly fast.
Yeah, Shinhan Bank is a great example of this. They rolled out AI bankers across 160 branches, and these systems are handling 80 customers a day each.
The cost savings there are just massive.
Huge. It saved them 652 billion won, which is about 466 million US dollars just last year alone.
And these systems aren't just basic chatbots, They actually process routine transactions and retrieve complex data instantly.
Which I imagine frees up the human workers to handle high-level financial advising, dealing with the nuanced emotional elements of a client's wealth that a machine just can't grasp.
Exactly, yeah. That is the emerging model right now, AI augmented advisory. And we're seeing parallel shifts in physical labor, too.
Oh, right, with the government robotics push.
Yeah. The Korean government just established a humanoid robot safety certification center. Their policy goal is to see 1,000 AI robots deployed industrially by 2028.
Wait, so you basically need a human expert to make sure a 1,000-pound robot doesn't just go rogue on the factory floor.
In a very literal sense, yes.
Yeah.
The market now aggressively demands physical AI safety testing for those industrial humanoid robots.
So it's not just about software engineers writing code anymore.
Not at all. Companies need professionals whose human judgment can effectively oversee, audit, and manage these automated systems in the real physical world.
So bringing this all together, if you are looking at this job market today, what exactly does an 800 trillion won fab actually mean as a career signal today?
Well, it means your window to prepare is opening right now. And it really comes down to a uniquely Korean hiring system called Gwangju.
Right, the open recruitment system.
Yeah. So instead of filling individual roles as they open up, massive conglomerates hire in unified scheduled waves.
Which means they have to plan way ahead.
Exactly. Because of this structured Gwangju recruitment, large employers build their talent pipelines 12 to 24 months before active job postings even appear.
Meaning structural hiring in Korea happens 2 to 3 years ahead of the curve.
That is the core takeaway, yes. The credentialing and positioning for these massive investments in quantum, AI, and robotics is happening today, not in 2028.
Because the structural demand is already locked in.
Right. And the skills required have permanently shifted from manual operation to high-level system oversight.
It's basically a sprint before the starting gun even fires. Which leaves us with a final provocative thought for you to ponder as you look at your own career path. If AI is handling the routine banking and quantum computers are designing the chips, what uniquely human soft skill will become the most valuable credential in these hyper-automated hubs?
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.